McEachin, Smyth.
Dalgleish, James Crawford, McEachin, and Phil Smyth, Daryl Pierce, Mike Mackay, Mark Davis, Al Green, and BJ Bill Jones out there for the 36ers.
So it's the West End 36ers against the Canberra Cannons. The Cannons in the blue. Big Andy Campbell at 7'2" wins the tip, but it's the West End 36ers into offence. Daryl Pierce comes off the screen, sets by Davis. Davis looking to go one-on-one, and it's Andy Campbell with that rebound. Andy Campbell, 7'2", and a former South Australian, coached by Ken Cole, the South Australian coach, the West End 36ers coach. Now Dalgleish. Rebounded through Mike Mackay, and the 36ers into their offence, and this is a very big game, Andrew Kay.
Yes, and a nervous start by both teams as Pierce puts up the shot and makes the shot. A capacity crowd here at the Apollo Stadium tonight. We'd like to welcome viewers in Brisbane through TVO and viewers in Canberra through CTC7 as Andy Campbell misses the shot, and the rebound comes down to Mike Mackay. Stops and puts up the shot and misses. Bill Jones follows up. What a lovely rebound, Bill Jones, as the 36ers take an early lead.
The West End 36ers 4, leading the Canberra Cannons yet to score, and that's the General, Phil Smyth, captain of the Cannons, also captain of Australia's national team, the Boomers.
Worth mentioning that Phil Smyth got a tremendous ovation from the crowd here tonight, being a former South Australian. Smyth with the ball now, misses with the shot, and the ball comes out to Al Green. It's one-on-one, Green and Smyth. Green misses, but Jones again, what a follow-up rebound, and puts the ball away.
Superb rebound by Jones. Green, good defence there by Smyth. Green missed the shot, and Jones came through and buried it.
Dalgleish now with the ball, back to Smyth. James Crawford calling for it, but it comes into Campbell as Mike Mackay goes down. The basket doesn't count, and it looks like Canberra will take the ball from the side. West End 36ers leading 6-0 at the moment.
Inbound, there's McEachin. Well guarded by Jones, but McEachin can get the shot away, and it's good.
Herb McEachin's been a great player for Canberra now for a number of years. 30 years of age, Herb McEachin. Davis with the ball, loses the ball, but regains it again and draws the foul and the 2 points and a bonus shot. Herb McEachin on the ground.
Hands foul by McEachin. There's the loose ball. Davis grabs it, goes all the way down to the basket, and you can see there McEachin threw out the arm, grabbed Davis as he was shooting, but Davis was good enough to regain control and his composure. The basket was good, and he goes up for the bonus shot now from the line to take the West End 36ers along to 9 points.
Phil Smyth with the ball now for Canberra, being guarded by Al Green. To James Crawford, the Alabama slammer, goes for the drive, and a foul again called on Mike Mackay. Put out the knee and caught Crawford. Earl Dalgleish will take it from the side to Smyth. To Crawford. Crawford looks to drive, misses the follow-up rebound, and it comes out to Daryl Pierce. 36ers leading 9-2. Lovely work by Bill Jones. Couldn't control the ball and got it back out to Mike Mackay, but Mike Mackay loses it as he goes up for the shot. And now it's McEachin, Smyth free, and Dalgleish. Dalgleish, no mistake.
Yeah, good hands now, Dalgleish. Very strong player. He's going to worry Mike Mackay. Very physical, Dalgleish. And he's likely to pick up a few fouls, but that doesn't worry him, provided they see him just push his way through Green. So that's the sort of the thing that we can expect from Dalgleish. As Jones goes up for the shot. Strong rebound, Andy Campbell. Loose ball. And a great effort by Mike Mackay, but Dalgleish comes away for the Cannons, and the Cannons are into offence. Phil Smyth with a three-point attempt, and the Cannons looking a little bit rattled in their offence, Andrew.
Yes, they are, but once again you see the good work by Mel Dalgleish, who's really hustling at both ends of the court, and you could get a guide on what sort of a player Dalgleish is. He did go to Los Angeles for the 84 games. Now it's Bill Jones, turns, twists, shoots and makes the basket. Good work there from Bill Jones. And in the 6 games so far this year, Lynn, he's been in outstanding form.
Yes, Jones did a great job last year defensively. This year has become very much more an offensive player. Works very well with his back to the basket, and he's giving away quite a few inches to Campbell. But you see there how he blocked Campbell out. Campbell's got caught with a pushing foul. Campbell said that there was an elbow, but that's good defence by Jones. Blocked Campbell out before he went to the boards for the rebound.
Andy Campbell not too happy with that call. As we go into our first time out, the West End 36ers 11, leading the Canberra Cannons 4.
Okay. Now we got to just get a little bit hungry for that ball.
Running them around in our offense, we're making them pay a heavy price. We run that around like that, Billy can get it in low, and he can just take Andy, take him over the top, Billy, over the top, drop step, lay it up. But run our stuff. We don't need to run out of it. We'll get our breaks more and more as the game opens up. Go to that defensive board with 5, contest every shot. That was a great help, Mike, underneath on that foul you drew. That would have been
aggressive to get it in. Right?
Score.
Here we go, 11-4.
8-4. 11-4.
Let's go. Let's go. He's scoring now on offense. Let's go. Let's go.
And you can see there that Coach Ken Cole very happy with the way his team's being very patient in their offence and all the helping out that's coming along in defence. Whereas on the contrary, Bob Turner, last year's Coach of the Year, would have pointed out to his team that they're hurrying their offence. They've got to settle down, make the 36ers defence play. But the 36ers are looking really good in these opening few minutes, Andrew.
Yes, they certainly are. They've started well as Daryl Pierce goes for the shot and makes the shot. In fact, Adelaide is shooting 55% at the moment, whilst Canberra is only shooting 22 from the floor. Lovely basket there from Daryl Pierce. And now it's Dalgleish looking for Crawford. We haven't seen Crawford do a lot yet. This ball out to McEachin. McEachin misses, and the rebound again comes down to Adelaide. One-on-one as Green props and takes the shot and makes the shot. And this is an extremely bright opening by the West End 36ers, Lynn.
Yeah, it's a great opening. The 36ers are controlling the boards. They've taken 8 rebounds to Canberra's 2, and both teams really like to come off the defensive boards and run a fast break offence. And you can see then Jones again intimidating that shot from Dalgleish. Davis grabs yet another rebound, and the 36ers are being very patient in their offensive movement. The Cannons really have to play hard defence.
These two sides have had some great battles over the years. In the last 4 years, as Jones tries to drive, still hustling for the ball, and the foul is called on Phil Smyth. As I was saying, in the last 4 years, these two teams have played 8 times, and Adelaide has the advantage, winning 6 of those 8. But tonight it could be anyone's ball game, as it's Al Green looking to push back out to Mark Davis. Davis decides to go for the shot but misses, and the ball comes out to Crawford.
And there's a lot of physical work going on with Campbell and Jones. You heard at the timeout 36ers coach Ken Cole saying, let's throw the ball into Jones and make Campbell play some defence. Top rebound by Davis, and it's a 3-on-2 as Green makes a beautiful pass underneath. Mike McKay just filled in that hole on the fast break, and you could see Green just take his defensive player across to make an opening for McKay. Superb assist, Al Green.
You can see what Ken Cole means when he says now that Al Green is becoming the complete player as the ball comes into Crawford. Lovely leap, but has been shooting not very well so far tonight, James Crawford, as the Canberra Cannons coach decides to make his first substitutions. Tim Morrissey comes into the game, and Simon Cottrell comes into the game. Mel Dalgleish and Andy Campbell have been subbed.
Yeah, Simon Cottrell very tough on the boards. Coach Turner will be looking for Cottrell to start grabbing a few rebounds as the shot goes up from Morrissey, and that's good. And that takes the Cannons to 6, and they're trailing the West End 36ers 18.
And Cottrell's got ability. He's been named, he's a member of the Australian team, due to go to the World Championship shortly. Lovely pass there from Pierce to Davis, but misses with the first and the second, but doesn't with the tap in on the third.
And there's no aggression on the boards from the Cannons. They can't let Davis come in there and have 2 or 3 attempts. Cannons defence not good.
Plenty of hustling and bustling under the Cannons boards between Crawford and Davis. Is a lovely all the way layout from Tim Morrissey, and he's only been on the court some 30 seconds and he scored 4 points. So Canberra getting back into the swing of things. A lovely pass again from Davis to Daryl Pierce. Well, a minute ago it was Pierce to Davis. Now And a foul on Phil Smyth. I think I was looking the other way.
I think it was just a loose ball there. The 36ers certainly come away with the ball. I made the statement earlier that the Cannons' defence wasn't good. Well, that may be the case, but certainly the 36ers' offence is great. There's a three-pointer from Pierce, and it's all the 36ers there in superb touch.
Well, this is the best performance as Phil Smyth tries to go all the way and loses control. Daryl Pierce already 10 points for the game, and we still have over 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. But this is the best opening we've seen by the West End 36ers all season. Pierce again at the top of the key, a substitution for the West End 36ers allies on the court. Number 15, Green, now with the ball. Back to Peter Ally. It's his birthday, he's 30 today. Al Green over to Davis, the 10-second warning goes. The ball comes back to Pierce, who attempts the three-pointer and makes the three-pointer, and 3,500 people go wild.
And that's great offence by the 36ers. Nice and patient, they threw the ball around until they got a good shot, and even on the 10-second buzzer they threw it out. Pierce had lots of time to get that shot away. The 36ers shooting 61% from the floor to Canberra's 25, and that tells the story about shot selection.
Lovely rebound there from Tim Morrissey, scored 6 points in a very short time now. The 36ers lead by 18 points, 28-10 as Davis gets it out to Al Green, who dummies, almost loses possession and misses the shot. Morrissey done some great work since he's been on the boards. Plenty of touches over to McEachin, who attempts the three-pointer but misses. Bill Jones the rebound. And this capacity crowd here enjoying this game so far. The people watching through CTC 7 in Canberra perhaps not so much, as Pierce misses. Jones follows up and misses. Davis still with the rebound, waits for the opportunity and puts it away for 2 points. A 20-point lead to the West End 36ers. Lovely pass from Smyth to McEachin. McEachin questions for the foul, and the 36ers come away with the ball. Green misses. Smyth again with the rebound. McEachin again into Cottrell, and there's a fairly obvious foul on Big Bill Jones.
Yeah, Jones wouldn't be happy with himself just throwing out the arm on the foul, but Cottrell was going all the way to the basket. He will get shots from the line. There's been a substitution called by Cannons coach Turner, and a timeout called by Ken Cole of the West End 36ers.
There's going to be a showdown.
Who likes the jacket from the three-point range. In our offence, it's just a nice easy 1-4, and there's plenty of holes there. Al's got the point. Daz has got a wing, okay? Or no, yeah, Daz, you got the point, haven't you? And Al's got it on a wing, and Peter, you got the low wing on the other side. We're in our 1-4. Roll down the lines and make yourselves big, because there's some easy passes.
It's a showdown.
And 36ers coach Ken Cole pointing out that defence has a lot of holes in it. If they're prepared to throw the ball around, drop into the hole, they're going to get a free shot.
Well, I don't think anyone expected to see a 20-point margin so early in the game, Lynn. The West End 36ers have opened in devastating touch, but now it's Canberra. Simon Cottrell, number 14, with the penalty shots and misses. So, one shot left for Cottrell, former Nunawading player, and makes the basket. 19 points in it. 36ers in good touch so far.
Daryl Pierce is hitting 3 from 4 from outside the three-point line, and that's the best opening Daryl Pierce has had.
Daryl Pierce very much a confidence player as he just passes off to Ally and now gets the ball back. Setting up. Pierce puts it up again but misses. Jones attempts to tap in, but it comes out to Ally. Al Green has the chance and misses. In the last couple of seconds, the 36ers have missed a few shots with very little pressure. Not a good pass there from Pierce, but Ally recovers. The ball comes into Green. What will he do? He makes no mistakes. That's what he'll do, and puts it away. And the West End 36ers go to 32, leading the Canberra Cannons 11.
as you say, no one really expected this game to blow out so quickly. Only 5 weeks ago in a pre-season game, it was the Cannons by 2, but of course Mark Davis was injured and wasn't playing in that game.
Simon Cottrell makes 2 points. Canberra Cannons just haven't adjusted to the pace of this game early, Lynn. We certainly expected a much closer contest, but of course there's a hell of a long way to go and anything can happen as the ball comes into Bill Jones, but the foul's been called on Simon Cottrell, pushing foul. And Bill Jones will just march on down to the foul line.
Bill Jones is very hard to guard when they throw the ball into him in that low post. He's got a nice spin and he likes to bank the ball off the glass, and if the defence moves an arm or starts to push, it's fairly obvious to the referee standing on the baseline, and most times a foul will be called.
Jones wouldn't be happy with that shot. He has another one. West End 36ers leading by 19. And terrible shot from Bill Jones, didn't even touch the ring. And he'd be in fact disgusted with that effort, as it's Phil Smyth now. Former Adelaide basketballer, now captain of Australia. But misses with the shot, and Davis pulls down another rebound.
And isn't it good to see Davis back in form? He's leaping much higher off the ground this week than we saw him 2 weeks ago. So obviously that ankle is a lot better.
Well, he's got 6 games under his belt now, so I suppose Ken Cole would be looking for him in top form by this stage of the season. Daryl Pierce gets a push from Phil Smyth. Daryl Pierce shooting 71% at the moment.
That's 2 fouls on Phil Smyth. Pass goes inside and Smyth hustling. He likes to get his hand to the ball, try and grab a few steals, and fouled. So they're in the bonus. So that puts Pierce on the foul line, and he is an excellent foul shooter. Not only is he a great foul shooter, he's an excellent three-point shooter. In fact, they call him the Iceman. He's a three-point specialist, and he's currently shooting 71% from outside the three-point line tonight.
3 members of the Australian team playing in this game tonight. Daryl Pierce, who missed that shot, Phil Smyth, and Simon Cottrell. A lovely pass in from Green to Jones, makes no mistake. That's lovely work from Al Green.
And Crawford made no attempt to play defence then. I'm surprised at the lack of influence that Crawford's having on the game. There's 1 minute and 34 seconds to go until quarter time, and we haven't really sighted Crawford, although that time he took the ball in underneath.
The only thing I've seen him do so far is get a mile in the air. There's no question he has a leap as he went up there, and the foul was fairly obvious there from Mark Davis. But yeah, we're expecting Crawford to do outstanding things, but as we've been saying, it's very early in this game as Crawford is at the foul line and misses. In fact, if you looked at his stats, you wouldn't find he was shooting much of a percentage at all. James Crawford at the foul line for Canberra with his second attempt. Makes the second attempt. And the score now, West End 36ers 35, leading Canberra 14. 21 points in this game.
And the 36ers shooting 65% from the floor to Canberra's 30%. And Adelaide dominating the rebounds as Green with a hook shot. And it's tipped in almost there, but a strong rebound, top rebound by Crawford. And that takes the Canberra's rebound total to 8. And the West End 36ers have 21. As there's a bad shot that goes in from Jamie Kennedy. And that takes the Cannons to 16, trailing the West End 36ers on 35.
Jamie Kennedy came on during the last time out for Canberra. Good player, Jamie Kennedy. As Pierce puts up the shot and makes the shot. Another three-pointer to Daryl Pierce, and this is the best start we've seen from him all year.
Pierce is certainly hot. His selection in the national team obviously took a lot of pressure on him, and he was really vying for that spot. And now that he is in the team, he's got the confidence of the selectors and the confidence of the coach. He's going to go out there and shoot with confidence. And as you've already pointed out, when you shoot from out there, it's a confidence game. And that's a top move there by Simon Cottrell. He just bulldozed his way through, up for the hook shot to take the Cannons to 18.
Simon Cottrell carries a fair bit of weight for a top-line basketballer, but he certainly can get off the ground, and he's a strong, bustling sort of player. And probably because of his strength is one of the main reasons he's in the Australian team.
We got a mismatch there with Green trying to get in underneath the low post, guarded by Jamie Kennedy. And Green was really looking for that ball from Kennedy, but they couldn't throw it in. So at quarter time, it's the West End 36ers 38, leading the Canberra Mazda Cannons on 18.
Everybody okay out here? Okay. We don't lose our composure. We don't have to do anything negative. We just be very smart about how we
Get that offensive rebound like you're getting. You can't just go straight back up and stick it into exactly what Adelaide did 3 times in a row, throw it back out. We'll get ourselves real bonus stuff. It's not there and you feel you need any sort of a breather. Get it by running them around in the offense. Really make them run around. Get them going, run them crazy in the offense.
James, I want you to make leads, Tim, and let's get into motion, all right? Let's get into motion and go from it there. If he dribbles over there now, just go straight and post up, or most of the time come high and shoot the 5-man down, Simon. All right, you got that? So if he dribble leads on your side, James will come high, you just roll down off his screen, and we get either one after that, okay? All right? All right, the thing is, guys, now, we're doing, hey, everybody, we're doing so many things fundamentally weak. All right, not blocking out in the free throw, they get the ball back. Not blocking out on rebounds, they get the ball back. Ball goes inside, we're not dropping and digging on it. All right, so many things we're not doing because we're just not mentally tuned into the game at the moment. All right, we got to forget everything.
Al. Daryl's going to wait for Mark's screen anyhow. You might already be down in that low post all by your lonesome when we're starting out 25 feet from the ring. That's the time when we can jam it into you for a layup. That's great like that. If it's not there, just run it through. If it's so heavily overplayed there, just run a little dribble exchange. Dribble over towards Pete, give him a handoff, AG, then hit Billy and then send the cutter through, or a little dribble handoff coming the other way, coming into Daryl in the 4 spot. If also the reverse will be on as we get, and I'd really like it, the reverse to come from you, Al, in that when one time when you end up in the 2 spot. If you're in the 2 spot and Pete's taking the cut, let Peter get through on that cut and then fake it. Just, you know, throw it in later in the half. But the key right now is to come out as nasty and as tough as we know on the fucking boards. Get after these sons of bitches on the boards and play defense. Give them nothing.
Come on, guys. Let's do it again now.
Give them nothing. Give them nothing. Another quarter. Another hard quarter.
Well, after a sensational opening quarter by the 36ers, they have a 20-point lead over the Cannons. And stats for that quarter, we see Daryl Pierce with 17 big points.
Foul called there on James Crawford. Just a hands foul. Jeff Weeks about to hand the ball off. In fact, big day for Jeff Weeks, the referee. He has become the first Australian referee ever to be selected to umpire at the World Championships, and that's a great effort by Jeff. We're going to the Asian Championships next week as Peter Alli drives all the way. Shocking defence from Canberra, made no attempt to stop Peter Alli.
I think Phil Smyth was looking for the charge, but Alli was able to take that little sidestep so that he didn't charge into Smyth.
And so perhaps I was being a little unkind to Canberra. Instead of saying shocking defence by Canberra, great attacking basketball by Peter Alli. Now it's Tim Morrissey who attempts to drive.
Score counts.
Score does count. As Tim Morrissey comes in, he looks at the top of the key, sells the dummy to Alli, and then Peter Alli just gets the hands up on Morrissey, and Morrissey now is at the foul line.
That's a nice finger roll, Morrissey. I'm really impressed with the way he's come onto the floor. He's now hit 8 points. Opportunity to make it 9, but wasn't good enough from the foul line. But he's come onto the floor and shown a bit of aggression and really made the defence play.
Speaking of scoring, Daryl Pierce hit an amazing, and a fairly accidental foul there, I would think. You see the ball comes into Al Green as he Pierce with the ball there now, and then the elbow just pops back and cops Jamie Kennedy fair and square in the face, but I think that was fairly accidental.
Yeah, Green was looking to do the spin, and he had to throw the ball from the right side of his body across to the left. So I think it was accidental. They're looking to throw the ball into Jones again in that low post. And at that quarter-time break, as Davis goes all the way and the shot's blocked, fast break at 3-on-2 if they want it. Here's Morrison again, and it's Adelaide. I think the coaches would have been saying to their players, certainly Turner wouldn't have been happy with the number of fundamental errors that the Cannons are making, whereas Coach Ken Cole would have been saying, hey, we're doing everything right, let's just keep doing it.
And there's a very, very bad call against Canberra. They would absolutely be distraught with that call against Phil Smyth. It was certainly there as the rebound came down with Mark Davis. And he attempted to go up, and Phil Smyth just had his hands there. And Phil Smyth, in fact, now is leaving the game with 3 fouls. We're still in the first half, and that is dangerous for Canberra. Herb McEachin, number 15, comes into the game for Canberra. Canberra trailing by 20 points. Mark Davis at the foul line. Canberra now trail by 21 points. The West End 36ers 41 to the Canberra Mazda Cannons 20.
And that's bad luck for Canberra with Smyth on 3. That really could have an influence on how Smyth can control the game, because Smyth really is the general. They call him the general because he dictates the play so much. As Australia's captain, he's got lots of experience. And when Smyth's on the floor, you don't see the sorts of errors that Canberra are making now.
Well, it really is a chance now for the West End 36ers to really capitalise on things going their way at the moment. Daryl Pierce attempts a long three-pointer, misses, but Davis again the rebound. 7'2" Andy Campbell not good enough to stop it. And Davis scores again, has 11 points now for the game.
And the reason that the 36ers are getting that shot across the top is that Davis and Ali are both setting such strong screens across the top there, and the guards, Green and Daryl Pierce, are able to come off of that screen, and they're relatively free, so they've got lots of time to get balanced and make the shot.
Lovely basket there from Tim Morrissey for Canberra, but they trail as it's Pierce with a behind-the-body pass to Davis, who misses but draws the foul from Andy Campbell. You see this beautiful pass from Pierce, and Davis just goes all the way, and then Campbell gets the hands, one close to the ball and one to the back of the head. So again, it's Davis at the foul line.
And Daryl Pierce, as a junior and under 12s, was coached by one of the all-time greats of South Australian basketball in Michael Armatt, and that's just the sort of pass that Michael used to throw into the forwards as they rolled off.
Yes, Michael used to be able to do things that no other basketballer could do. A wizard, as Davis makes the shot. So the 36ers 46, leading Canberra 22. And it's Jamie Kennedy to Campbell to Crawford. Hasn't done a lot so far, but gets a lovely pass into Kennedy under the basket. That's great work from Crawford, and Kennedy, a small player, but finished it off.
Yeah, good effort from Kennedy. Took his defensive player right down low so that the defensive player had to make a choice of whether to watch his man or the ball, and bad defense opted for the ball, and Kennedy could see that and just crept into that little hole, received the pass and finished it off.
Equally good defence there from Herb McEachin. Just got his hands to the ball as Pierce tried to make the shot and pushed it out of court. 36ers with possession as Ali puts up the shot and misses. Campbell, the strong rebound, and McEachin will take the ball down for the Mazda Cannons.
McEachin, hand off to Campbell. And Crawford was definitely the flyer, and there's a fast break 2-on-1 with Green, who'll go all the way. Nice move out Green. Jamie Kennedy was looking to intercept the handoff, and here you see Green coming all the way in, looks to pass off, saw that Kennedy wasn't going to play defence, and went all the way.
The foul now on Mark Davis.
Just pushes his goddamn way through every column.
Ken Cole not happy with the call. Mark Davis will have that foul against his name. That's his second for the match so far.
And there's Ken Cole yelling out at the referees. Coach Bob Turner for the Cannons also having a few words to say.
Referee's done a fair job so far tonight as Dalgleish back on the court and immediately makes his presence felt with 2 points. In fact, perhaps I'm a little surprised that Dalgleish hasn't been on the court more. He's certainly not in foul trouble, hasn't any. As Green hands off to Bill Jones, misses with the shot. But there's a foul called on Al Green. Defensive foul.
Green was a bit aggressive trying to get in on that offensive board and pushed his player out of the way.
Certainly no need for the 36ers to get into any foul trouble at the moment. At the moment, they have a good control on this match. They're leading by 22 points as Crawford with the ball. Passes it off to Morrissey, almost loses possession. Dalgleish now. Crawford calling for it on the other side, but instead gives it to Kennedy. Oh, lovely interception there from Daryl Pierce. The long pass to Al Green, but travel called by the Victorian umpire, Victorian referee Eddie Crouch, as once again the Canberra Cannons race into attack. Dalgleish attempts the shot, Dwayne Nelson on the court. In fact, I beg your pardon, Bill Jones, the ball down to Al Green, makes no mistake this time. Good play from Al Green there.
And the 36ers really doing what they like under the defensive boards. The Cannons haven't settled down offensively. The defense has been great from the 36ers, and the Cannons are taking bad shots. There's a three-point attempt, and a long way off. But Morrissey keeps it in play. Unfortunately, it goes out of bounds. And the 36ers, through Al Green, run the ball into offense.
Certainly no need for the 36ers to do anything silly here as Pierce forces his way through the baseline and gets the ball back to Davis. Now to Ally, lovely pass to Jones, and there's a very definite foul on Herb McEachin as Jones turned around.
It is Jones in the low post. After he received the ball, he threw the feint with the arms. There was the foul, and Jones just held onto it, tried to push the ball in off the glass, but the foul had been called. The shot was disrupted, so Jones is on the foul line. So it's the West End 36ers on 50, and Jones has got the opportunity to take it to 51, which he does, and they're leading the Mazda Cannons on 26.
Bill Jones, 9 points for the match so far. Going for his 10th and makes his 10th. So the 36ers now 52, doubling the score of the Canberra Cannons, 26, as it's McEachin, guarded by Pierce. Kennedy. Morrissey calls for it. Back to McEachin, but a travel there called by referee Eddie Crouch on Herb McEachin. So once again a turnover. And possession now with the West End 36ers.
Great defence from the 36ers. They're really playing up tight on their own players, and they're prepared to help out. And there's that weak side pick again. The ball goes into the high post. The weak side forward cuts, receives the ball, and the 36ers have done that 3 times now, which means that the strong side forward isn't having a look at what's going on for the Cannons.
And frustration now creeping into the Canberra side as Dalgleish, you'll see here the shot comes up from Canberra from Tim Morrissey, and Davis has complete control of the rebound, and then you see the big arm of Mel Dalgleish just come over and whack him on the back of the head, and that's just sheer frustration because the Canberra Mazda Cannons just can't get anything working at the moment. Bob Turner sitting on the sidelines for Canberra, the coach, he really has no alternative at the moment because the 36ers just are playing too well.
They're shooting 65% from the floor, and the Cannons are only shooting 30. And as I said earlier, Andrew, that's just good defence by the 36ers, forcing the Cannons into bad shot selection. They're being intimidated even on those good shots. And as we see the 36ers running into their offense, they're picking up the pick, throwing the ball into the low post, and they've got a controlled offense.
Kennedy now with the ball. Jamie Kennedy to Dalgleish, back to Kennedy. Been a good game so far, with the 36ers dominating. Dalgleish now for Canberra. Number 9 gives it back to Tim Morrissey. Tries to drive all the way, misses with the shot, so we'll start again with 30 seconds. Back to Dalgleish. He attempts the three-pointer, not on balance, but makes a lovely basket. Shot the ball sideways, but 2 points go down in the book to Mel Dalgleish.
And this quarter, Adelaide still leading the rebounding, with the 36ers bringing down 6 big rebounds, and Canberra have only managed 1. Looking for that weak side pick again.
Ally to Pierce. Pierce looks for the shot, but misses. But a good rebound. No, in fact, the ball didn't come back to Davis. It went out of court, so Canberra retain possession now. As Kennedy races down court. And Simon Cottrell comes from behind. Must think he's playing for Essendon here. You'll see Kennedy drives all the way, not a very controlled shot, throws out half a hook shot, the rebound there, and Cottrell just barges the pack. Must have thought he was playing for the VFL or someone, but certainly you can't do that in this game. And once again, the 36ers at the foul line. This time it'll be Bill Jones. West End 36ers lead 56 to the Canberra Mazda Cannons 29.
And Bill Jones currently with 10 points to his personal tally. And the referee in Jeff Weeks says that the Cannons came in early.
Simon Cottrell not overly pleased with that call. He won't change Jeff Weeks' mind as Jones attempts again, and this time makes it.
So it's the 1-on-1 situation. If the shot is good, then the player from the line has the opportunity to take another shot. So it's Jones on 11 points, takes his personal tally to 12, and it's the West End 36ers 58, leading the Mazda Cannons on 29. As Morrissey again hotly pressed there by Daryl Pierce. And this defence is very good. The Cannons are being forced out very wide. I'd like to see the ball get thrown into Crawford, but that's just not happening, as Davis is just awesome under those defensive boards.
It's strange that Canberra hasn't looked for Crawford more. He is a prolific scorer in NBL basketball, but tonight has done very little. Call against Davis there. He doesn't particularly want to give the ball back to Simon Cottrell. There's no need for Davis to lose his cool.
Davis was just a bit of gamesmanship there. The fast break could have been on from the Cannons if they'd have been able to get the ball from the side quickly before the 36ers could get back on defence. So whilst it looked bad, it's not. But here's a steal, and I reckon this could be a slam dunk. Davis with control goes to the side and makes sure that that shot is good. And the 36ers cheer squad shows what they think of it.
Lynn, Daryl Pierce is in a lot of trouble down there. In that steal, he copped one in the eye. He's been signalling to the bench. And in fact, Daryl Pierce is leaving the court now. I know, I just saw it behind as he made the pass to Mark Davis. Daryl Pierce is in some sort of trouble down there. As he took the ball off Cottrell, all I saw was Pierce go down, and he copped one.
We asked for a timeout. Ask the goddamn referee for it.
And Ken Cole, in fact, very upset as Pierce is leaving the stadium. He's going down to the change rooms, and I'd like to find out more about what happened there at half-time. From what I did see, in fact, Ken Cole is going absolutely furiously mad at Eddie Crouch, requesting a timeout, and I'd certainly like to hear what Ken Cole has got to say right now.
Everybody.
Run our stuff. Who are you got? Who? Kennedy. Okay. You okay? You okay? Keep running our stuff. We don't need to do anything. Be aggressive all the time. If it's there and you think you can make it, you take it. If you can make it, you take it. But run it within our offense and really make them work on defense. They're going to have to come out. The more we make them work, the more we milk them. One of those sons of bitches out there, Smyth, might have broke Daryl's goddamn jaw, one of those bastards. I don't know who hit him, but one of them hit him right in the jaw and might have busted his jaw. Get to the ring. Let's go. Come on in. Get the ball.
So obviously the purpose of that timeout was to settle the team down. They knew that Pierce was in trouble and they didn't want to lose their momentum in offence and keep up that pressure on defence. Raymond Wood comes in replacing Pierce, who could be in some trouble, and Raymond Wood is a good ball handler, and as he gets knocked over and no foul called, there is some criticism from the bench, but it's the Mazda Cannons through Crawford looking to drive, and he's being well guarded tonight and cut out of the game by Davis and Jones.
This is a very dangerous time now for the West End 36ers. They have been intimidated, and Ken Cole, he knows exactly what happened out there. I don't think it needs me to comment on it, but it's dangerous now that the 36ers don't lose their cool, because they have been upset as Dalgleish attempts the shot, and Cottrell again, a big mark or rebound, as we normally call them. The ball comes out to Crawford, almost draws a foul from Ally, and Cottrell, and the foul now called on Mark Davis.
He's really working hard on that boards. Morrissey grabbed hold of the rebound, went up for the shot, and Davis thought that he could block that shot, but made contact with young Tim Morrissey's arms.
Mark Davis leaves the court now because he's starting to get into a bit of foul trouble. So there's a lot of basketball left in this game. Mark Davis 2 fouls. Tim Morrissey, certainly been a very good player for Canberra since he came on. Didn't start, but misses with that shot. And Canberra at this stage need every point they can. They trail by 31. But there's plenty of feeling and plenty of time in this game yet. They now trail by 30 points. Mark Davis, outstanding rebound figures, 13 for the game so far. We still have 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half. That's a great effort as Ray Wood gives the ball to Jones to Green. Al Green, number 15. Superb athlete, looking to set something up. And the ball just tipped out of court by Tim Morrissey. So the 36ers gain 30 seconds again on the shot clock.
And Daryl Pierce has returned to the bench. He does look somewhat distressed, holding the towel up to his jaw. Looks to have some ice on it, as Green is going one-on-one with Morrissey. And a charge foul was called.
Well, that's fairly interesting. You see Al Green, he just has control of the ball, just changes direction there and just moves towards the basket. And, well, that's neither here nor there. Could have gone either way. Lynn, I think I'll leave it at that. Jamie Kennedy now with the ball for Canberra, being guarded by Ray Wood, a veteran of national basketball. The ball comes now to Dalgleish, looking to set it up to Crawford. Beautiful jump from Crawford and makes the basket. And that's what I thought we'd see a hell of a lot of tonight, Lynn, but we haven't seen a lot from James Crawford. In fact, only scored some 3 points for the game. So that is an outstanding defensive job by Adelaide.
Yes, both Davis and Jones have done a great job on Crawford, and now Dwayne Nelson is really going to have to live up to the job that his teammates have done before him. Deny Crawford the ball, because Crawford is just so dangerous if he gets the opportunity for the ball, and that's a nice give and go. But Crawford, out of sight, blocked that shot, but the 36ers regained possession. And they've got the opportunity to come into offence now through Green. Off the screen set by Ray Wood. Green goes all the way. And there's that man Crawford intimidating. But our Green was too good and just went straight over the top of Crawford's hand.
It's at that time where you'll see Al Green, his timing is superb. He knows when to go, even though the guy can out-jump him. Al Green's timing is that good that he'll still make the pass. There's a foul is called now on Dalgleish. Bob Turner not happy with that. And the 36ers win possession. They lead 62-32. Been a good performance so far by the Adelaide side. Jamie Kennedy having a lot of trouble keeping his feet on the boards. Might be something wrong with this time. A foul called
Dalgleish.
On Dalgleish. Another one on Dalgleish.
2 fouls for Dalgleish.
In very quick time, Peter Allo will go to the... We see Daryl Pierce there sitting on the bench with the ice pack at his cheek. He went down after making a steal and hasn't returned since. He was fairly distressed as soon as he got the hit, as Peter Allo misses the shot. Rebound, half Jones, half Nelson comes to Green, who tries to drive all the way, and eventually Crawford comes out with the ball. Now it's Tim Morrissey who decides to drive all the way, and a nice drive from Tim Morrissey. And he, in fact, is the top point scorer for the Canberra Cannons. He scored 11 points for the match, even though he didn't start. He wasn't in the starting 5, as it's Ray Wood to Green.
The baseline for Green if he wants it. There he goes.
And again, his timing. Again, he had to get over a much taller player in Simon Cottrell and had little trouble in doing it. Back with the Canberra Cannons as the ball goes straight through James Crawford arms. Ray Wood hustles and bustles. He's got Nelson but decides to go it alone, misses the shot. And Ray didn't have a lot of alternative there. As the ball now back with Canberra and Tim Morrissey. He's looking to set it up. Al Green hands to the ball. Can't inflict the steal. Nice turn from Jamie Crawford. I beg your pardon, Jamie Kennedy. And Kennedy makes the basket. 6 points to Kennedy now, as it's Wood. Ray Wood brings the ball down for the 36ers into Peter Alli at the top of the key. Back to Al Green. 36ers lead 64-36. Been a strong performance by the West End 36ers in front of a capacity crowd. In fact, this game has been sold out since early last week as the shot clock ticks away. 5, 4, 3, 2. Green has to put it up. No foul called, was looking for it. And in fact, Canberra has possession as Green is still on the ground. It's now Tim Morrissey into Dalgleish, back to the top of the key to Kennedy. Kennedy misses with the shot, but the rebound comes down to Dalgleish, but the foul is called on Peter Alli.
Green didn't go back on defence after the effort down at the other end. He really thought that there should have been a foul called, but with only 2 seconds on the shot clock, he was really hoping for that foul to be called. Stayed back on defence. The Cannons had a 5-on-4 situation. Eli was forced to compete underneath the basket, and Dalgleish on the foul line makes the first shot to take his team to 37, and they're trailing the 36ers on 64 with 20 seconds remaining until half-time, and that shot is short. And Cottrell, with a tough rebound again, throws the ball out of court. And it's the 36ers with 18 seconds will look for one last basket until half-time. They throw the ball around, looking to get somebody free off the cut-off of the screen. Nelson. Cottrell with the rebound. So at half-time of this game, it's the Adelaide West End 36ers on 64, and they're leading the Canberra Cannons on 37.
Awesome. We'll keep the sideline.
Turn it on. How are you, Dick? Doing a hell of a job, Dick.
Right, just ladies and gentlemen, before the second half gets underway, don't forget the 36ers are on fire tonight. When the West End 36 All-Star cheerleaders get up and do their routines and that, please join in with them and make them feel welcome and wanted, and get excited yourselves and get right behind the 36ers because we're going to grill in the second half. Percentage.
The second half underway and the ball comes out to Daryl Pierce back on the court now. Talk to the team doctor at half-time. Pierce got a nasty knock on the right cheekbone. He will have x-rays immediately following this game as Bill Jones attempts the shot but is blocked by Campbell and Dalgleish. The 36ers leading 64-37 as Dalgleish misses with the shot. In a good first half of basketball, the West End 36ers in control then.
Yes, the 36ers are looking really good both offensively and defensively. Their shot selection has been great in offense as Al Green makes another two to take his personal score along to 14. And defensively, the 36ers are doing a good job too. Although on that occasion, James Crawford, whom we haven't seen very much of tonight, spins for the two-handed dunk. Davis couldn't do too much about it. And he's gone up. Wham! Thank you very much, says Crawford. And that's quite spectacular, and that takes Crawford to 5 points, and I wouldn't have thought that Crawford has been restricted to 5 points at this stage of any game for the earlier this season, Andrew.
Certainly reminds you of the semi-final game last year when the 36ers did a great defensive job on Ian Davies as Bill Jones makes two, and that in fact gives the 36ers a 68-39 point lead. Great defensive work by the 36ers, but this time the foul is called on Bill Jones. You'll see as James Crawford now takes the ball in, Jones just runs with him all the way. The hands go up. Crawford makes the basket, but in fact draws the foul as well. And we must welcome viewers in Brisbane through TVO and viewers in Canberra. Not a very happy sight for viewers in Canberra through CTC 7. But hopefully for their sake they'll see a better performance from the Canberra Cannons in this, the second half. Al Green with the ball now to Pierce back on the court. Pierce, the top point scorer in the first half. The three-point attempt block comes out to McEachin, shouldn't miss, doesn't miss. And the Canberra Cannons coming back a little now. They're trailing by 25 points, but there's plenty of basketball yet left in this game. The third quarter hasn't been a good quarter for the 36ers in recent times.
And coach Bob Turner of the Mazda Cannons, Coach of the Year last year in 1985, he would have gone in at half-time and really spoken to his players because they were completely undisciplined in that first half. He wouldn't have been too happy with that. So it's a whole new ball game as far as the Cannons are concerned after this half-time interval. And the 36ers will have to really think about their game and try and maintain that control and the discipline that they showed in the first half. And there's a shot from Andy Campbell at the foul line, and the people all crash the boards, those forwards.
Both Dalgleish and Cottrell have been doing some very heavy work under the boards for Canberra. And in fact, that time when Dalgleish went through, he left James Crawford sprawled on the ground as Pierce, a lovely pass to Jones, should draw the foul, does draw the foul. The players asking for the 2 points. But yes, in fact, Jeff Weeks signals too that you'll see here that Jones waits, Campbell's up and he knows when to go up, and bang, there's the arm. Jones makes the basket and in fact will get a bonus shot at the foul line now.
And you see Ken Cole has given his team's instructions. The 36ers followed those instructions. That was throw the ball in low to Jones and let Jones go one-on-one on Andy Campbell. So Jones has now got 14 points. Davis picked up another 2 there, so that takes the 36ers to 72, and they're leading the Mazda Cannons on 43.
Dalgleish now turns, spins, but misses with the shot. Campbell had a chance at the rebound, but lost it 3-on-2. Pierce decides a big long pass right across court, straight through 3 players, and the West End 36ers lose possession as Campbell is immediately taken off the court, and big Simon Cottrell comes back on the court.
And Andrew Campbell was gave the famous finger sign, V for victory, to somebody on the floor, which brought a roar from the crowd. And Cottrell immediately onto the floor with an elbow. Shoots from outside, it's off. Davis pulls down his 14th rebound. Hand off there to Pierce, who makes a nice 2 points.
It's a lovely pass from Mark Davis. He was about to go. He knew Smyth couldn't do much, and then he just saw Pierce, who balked and put the ball in the basket. And Pierce now 21 points for the game. There's a lovely drive there from Simon Cottrell. Brings up 2 points for the Mazda Cannons. 45 Canberra, trailing the West End 36ers 74. Peter Ally now to Pierce, attempts the 3-pointer. Long shot misses, but Jones a strong rebound, but misses a gimme. He won't be happy with that. Had no defence on him at all. And the 36ers lose an opportunity, while at the other end McEachin makes the basket for Canberra. Been relatively quiet tonight, but then so has most of the Canberra side, perhaps apart from Tim Morrissey, who's done some good work. Now Jones again, looking to set it up. Will he go one-on-one? Yes, he will, and makes the basket. So Bill Jones makes up for the last miss and takes his points score to 18.
And Davis doing a really good job on defence then, as he knees Mal Dalgleish, who's driving to the basket.
You saying Davis, that a knee was a good piece of defence, Lynn? You'll get in trouble for that, you know that.
No, I was just about to say that Davis has been doing such a good job on the boards. He's currently pulled down 14 rebounds at this stage of the game, and of course he holds the NBL record for the most number of rebounds in any game, and that was in fact 23 rebounds which he pulled down against this very team, the Canberra Mazda Cannons.
Now with Pierce. Ally, Green. Al Green, number 15. Looking for Davis inside, eventually gets the ball to him, and Davis doesn't let him down. Had to beat a couple of players. The crowd loved that bit of work, and Davis has been very strong as Dalgleish attempts the shot and misses. Dalgleish has been a strong player for Canberra, but in fact Coach Bob Turner would want a little more from all of his players tonight. As Pierce, a strong pass again to Davis. The ball goes round and round and round, and eventually decides to go in. And the passing really has been a highlight of the game tonight, Lynn.
Yes, it has. That's the discipline in the offence from the 36ers. They're prepared to throw the ball around, and people are working out the ball. There's a 3-on-1. And Daryl Pierce, full of confidence, goes all the way. Phil Smyth was back on defence. He did everything right. He made the offensive player commit, and Pierce was just too good.
Pierce playing with unbelievable confidence at the moment as the ball comes out to Smyth and he passes to McEachin. Dalgleish the strong rebound. No one's going to tackle him, but he misses the second one, and he eventually draws the foul off Al Green. as Mark Davis certainly wasn't going to foul him. Davis on 4 fouls. And it wouldn't surprise me if Ken Cole makes a change. In fact, he is making a change right now, as Davis does leave the court and Dwayne Nelson comes back into play. Peter Alli just talking to Ken Cole at the moment as he issues instructions to Alli and Pierce, and in fact now a timeout has been called.
We get back to 24, and then we hold our heads down, and they go boom, 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 all right? You can't let up for anything. We got to fight back, guys. We got to fight back. We want to fight back. We can't do what we're doing right now and give it up. We got to show some class. All right, that's not what we're doing right now. You guys all know it. We're just hanging our heads and waiting for something to happen.
Keep up your work rate. Keep pushing it down the floor in offense. When that shot goes up, we still must have 5 on the board. They're trying to jump over backs and everything. Let's go. Come on. Keep it going.
And you hear both coaches effectively saying the same thing. That is, let's play disciplined basketball. Don't start throwing up bad shots, because that's going to give the other team the opportunity to run the ball down the court very quickly. You see the Cannons put in a superb effort. They hustled up on defence. They ran controlled offence. They got back to within 24 points. Then a few bad shots, and the man on the foul line, Dalgleish, took a few shots we're not accustomed to seeing him take. Hits the foul shot and is substituted out because it was successful. He's replaced there by Tim Morrissey. But it's the West End 36ers on 82, leading the Canberra Cannons on 49.
Green to Alli. Nelson back into the game for Mark Davis. Bill Jones at the top of the court, but travels. No score there as Phil Smyth comes out with the ball for Canberra. Tim Morrissey now been one of the better players for Canberra tonight, looking to set it up again. Phil Smyth, perhaps not his most dominant game of the year. As the ball comes to Cottrell, no one watching him, and he makes the easiest of baskets. Cottrell been a fairly strong player, scored 9 points now for Canberra. And the score 82 with West End 36ers, 82 to 51, a 31-point margin. Nelson thought about Al Green, decides on Bill Jones. Jones gives it to Green though, and without looking just pops it up and over. He couldn't have seen the basket because his opponent was a half a foot bigger than him.
Yeah, there's really a mismatch there with Phil Smyth guarding Green, and Green will just look to drop into that low post, receive the ball, spin and throw up his nice little hook shot.
So an offensive foul now from Canberra. Ken Cole looking glum, but would be happy with that call.
Crawford with a push. And you see the looks on the faces of the Canberra coaching staff. They know they're in trouble. And it's Al Green running the 36ers into offence.
Green been a good player for Adelaide tonight. To Nelson. West End 36ers leading by 33. Bit of a surprise as a high long pass goes into Green. Will he do it again? No, he misses with the shot this time. And it's Cottrell that comes out with a strong rebound.
Top rebound.
And it's with the General, Phil Smyth. Former Adelaide player, but been with Canberra for a long time now. He gets it back to Morrissey. Morrissey misses with the shot. It's 2-on-2 as Pierce goes down the court, decides to go it alone, but draws the foul from Morrissey. A hands foul, and Pierce will go to the foul line. Daryl Pierce been a very good player for the West End 36ers. Shot 19 points in the first half, now has a total of 23. Of course, the pressure's off Daryl now. Been picked in the Australian team to go to the World Championships. And Lynn, as you've said week in, week out, if there was any player at the foul line for your side that you'd like to have there, it would be this Iceman Daryl Pierce.
Yeah, Daryl's just such a lovely, technically sound shooter. That takes his personal tally to 25. But as a junior, an 8, 9, 10, 14, 16-year-old, all he did was practice his shooting techniques, and he would be the most fundamentally sound shooter that this country's produced.
And speaking of sound work, a lovely pass then from Phil Smyth that really shows that that guy's almost got eyes in the back of his head. Uses both hands with equal ability. Makes very few mistakes, Phil Smyth, as Al Green tries the drive and misses, but the ball comes out to Peter Alli, and he makes no mistake. And of course, Peter Alli's no mug. He's been around a long time. He's represented Australia, and it's his birthday, so what more could you want? You're leading by 35 points. in what can only be described as a surprise to be leading by that much. Ken Cole furious at the call that wasn't called against the Canberra player then. As Bob Turner is looking to make a substitute. Ken Cole talking to the umpire Eddie Crouch, asking him why that call wasn't made. But now it's Canberra to Smyth. Looks to drive, one hand, lovely shot from Smyth. And gee, that guy just keeps getting better and better, if in fact that's possible.
Yes, nice balanced shot. And there's South Australian football coach Graham Corns with his ice cream, taking it all in. And he will hope that the South Australian football team can repeat their victory last week against Victoria against Western Australia next Tuesday night.
Corns become a follower of basketball this season. As the ball goes in from Pierce to Jones, misses with the shot, ball comes out to Cottrell, across to Smyth, long pass to McEachin, attempts the shot, misses the shot, Dalgleish over the top, knocks the ball out of Nelson's hand, and the West End 36ers will take it from the side.
And shooting percentages are down a little bit. The Adelaide West End 36ers this quarter are shooting 69, but the Canberra Cannons 45. And there's a nice block shot by McEachin. He's all on his own on the fast break, and he just rolls the ball gently over the rim, makes no mistake, and that takes the Canberra Mazda Cannons to 57, leading the West End trailing the West End 36ers on 88.
Plenty of time left in this game as a foul is called. We're 2 minutes 45 seconds away from three-quarter time in what's been a very good game of basketball, particularly by the West End 36ers. Have really shown their strengths tonight, and so far it hasn't been a good road trip for Canberra. They lost in Western Australia, which could only be described as an upset, and in fact it's been a week of upsets as the ball is knocked out of Dwayne Nelson's hand, but the West End 36ers will retain the ball. Peter Ally at the foul line now. Peter Ally, number 8, to Al Green. 15 is Al Green. Looks for Jones, played a good game, Bill Jones. Ball comes back to him, dummies one way, turns the other, puts the shot up and missed. But Nelson, a big rebound, but then loses it as he comes to ground, but retains possession. And each week now we're seeing Lynn that Nelson is getting a little more time on the court, and he's starting to come good as Pierce misses with the shot, but slapped out of the hands by Pierce. And Nelson, what was I saying, he's coming good, he's made the basket, and a steal by Pierce again, and this really has been the best performance we've seen from Daryl Pierce this year. Copped one for his troubles earlier in the game, had to leave the court, went into the change rooms. The doctor had a look at him and said, "You're okay to play, but we'll go to hospital later on for some x-rays," as Jones just pushes Cottrell out the way and says, "Excuse me, pal, I'm putting this in the basket."
And Jones just setting up in the low post. Everybody clears out, and they just let Jones go one-on-one. As Smyth from outside, a three-point attempt. It's good to see the Cannons on the boards. There was 3 of them there. McEachin, Cottrell and Dalgleish all crashing the boards. But unfortunately for them, it came off the Mazda hands, and it's the 36ers into offence.
And who would have thought before this game, Lynn, as we see a bad pass there from Pierce, but who would have thought before this game that with 1.5 minutes to go before three-quarter time that the West End 36ers are looking at this game as a percentage builder?
Quite right. Everybody expected the 36ers to win, I think, by probably 10 points. But that's because the Cannons have been on the road, and it's very tough for them to front up here in Adelaide after the flight from Canberra to Perth. A tough game in Perth, and then to come up here again on the next night. But even all that aside, I don't think anyone also expected the way the 36ers are playing. They've really put their game together tonight. They've realised their potential. And I think Coach Brian Curl up there in Brisbane, coach of the Bullets, will be looking at this game with some interest.
As Jamie Kennedy attempts to drive, but unsuccessful. Al Green, a lovely switch of hands and the pass across court to Pierce. No McEachin on the court, no Crawford on the court. So this game really has been full of surprises. There's Morrissey putting the pressure on Ally, but gets the ball out to Pierce. And the 36ers at the moment just about doing as they please. But Dalgleish, good work there. Safe hands, a long pass to Morrissey. And this is a gimme. And Canberra creep 2 points closer. It's still only 59 points on the board.
And that's Morrissey brings up his 15th point with that fast break. Almost to travel as he took off with the ball, but jumps up for a nice two-handed dunk.
So it's Nelson now up against Dalgleish. Pushes Jones over the top, but then loses it. Had the ball slapped out of his hands, so Adelaide retains possession. Gee, that was a huge rebound by Jones. Just took off. And now it's Green to Ally. 36ers deciding to set it up again. Some 17 seconds left in this, the third quarter. Daryl Pierce now. 36ers looking for one more shot. Jones comes out again. 9 seconds. 7 seconds. Peter Ally decides to drive all the way. And in fact, a holding foul. No, in fact, I'm wrong there. The foul was called on Ally.
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul was called, and it was a holding foul. Yes, you see Peter Ally just threw his arm around behind Tim Morrissey then, because Morrissey was playing quite good defence. Had Ally not thrown the arm out to hold Morrissey back, that quite clearly would have been the defensive foul, but Ally just needed that little push to get in front. And right on the siren at three-quarter time, Phil Smyth misses with that shot. And at three-quarter time, it's the West End 36ers 92, leading the Canberra Cannons 59.
We want to run our offense and we want to grind them into the dirt. Run it hard. Stay with our stuff. Billy's just get the ball inside there and just jump right over the top of them. Hey, you're doing good, man. You just keep doing it. Just keep doing the same things we're doing over and over again.
Don't worry about what they say. You blot it out. You got it? You don't worry about what they say.
Let's go, Clay.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on, guys. Keep it going.
Into this final quarter, it's the West End 36ers leading by 33 as the Mazda Cannons immediately into offence. Another tough rebound by Billy Jones, and our Green runs the 36ers into offence. And that third quarter was a lot better for the Cannons. They seem to do a lot better in offence that time, Andrew.
Yes, it was their best quarter for the game so far, as Bill Jones brings off another rebound. The Canberra Cannons have just 11 and a half minutes to fight back a 33-point deficit, and one would tend to think that almost impossible. The 36ers really have turned it on here tonight.
Yes, the Canberra Cannons are only shooting 45% from the floor, and they're going to need to do a lot better than that if they're going to get back in the game.
There wouldn't be too many teams that could hold Canberra down to 59 points in 3/4 of basketball. As Davis attempts to drive but misses, makes another attempt and now pulls the foul on Simon Cottrell. Good work from Davis there, and it's exactly what we've seen from the 36ers all night. They have refused to give up. He missed with his first shot, missed on the second, managed to get the rebound again. There you could see Simon Cottrell just had hold of his wrist, and Davis now is at the foul line. 92-59, the West End 36ers lead.
Great effort, Davis.
Now 93. Been a superb performance from Mark Davis. 24 points for the game so far. Just one behind Daryl Pierce. Now equal with Daryl Pierce, with both players 25. As Phil Smyth, captain of Australia, takes the ball down for Canberra. Guarded by Al Green. Cottrell swings around. Strong work, but not good enough. And Cottrell drags Morrissey out the way and then approaches umpire Eddie Crouch. Cottrell not happy. But of course, it's one thing that is impossible in most games, and that is to change an umpire's mind. Both Crouch and Weeks have done good jobs here, and Cottrell just, it would almost be an intentional foul, not called that way, but he just crashed into Bill Jones, and that's bad work by Canberra because Phil Smyth had just about gained possession for Canberra and Cottrell just crashed into Jones. And so Bob Turner wouldn't be pleased with that. As Pierce now dribbles, no legs, back on his feet, and another foul now, this time called on Jamie Kennedy. This is real frustration creeping into the Canberra side now. They just can't do a thing right at the moment, Lynn.
I think the Canberra team are really trying hard to follow their coach's instructions, but the Sixers are just too good on tonight's performance.
I think there's a difference, and now this time a foul called on Phil Smyth, a hands foul. He just tried to slap the ball from out of Al Green's hand from behind Al Green. But I think there's something the players need to learn, that there's a difference between effort and just roughing it up. I mean, you can't just go out there and start trying to intimidate a side when you're trailing by over 30 points. As the 36ers now, Bill Jones the dummy, no mistake. Good performance from Bill Jones, 22 points for this game.
And Jones, in that low post, received the ball and spin. And Crawford's come back into the game. Been well held by both Davis and Jones tonight. Al Green runs the ball down the court quickly. Davis, pass off hands to Pierce, who finishes it off. And Andrew, when you're hot, you're hot.
Exactly, when things go your way, as the Minister for Sport thought that was delightful, when things are going your way, nothing goes wrong. As it's Morrissey now, looking to drive, does so, puts the left hand up, scores a lovely basket, and in fact has the foul called on Peter Ally as well. Good effort there from young Tim Morrissey, went all the way, and has been one of the real tries for Canberra tonight.
I thought that was pretty good defence by Peter Ally, did everything right, but referee Eddie Crouch, top referee, was in a lot better position to call it than I was. But there's a 2-on-1. Beautiful pass, fed through the eye of the needle there by Green.
And equally good work by Jamie Kennedy, about the same height as Daryl Pierce, got his hand to the ball and just pushed the ball out of court. But the West End 36ers well on top, 98 now to 61 points only from the Cannons. So will the West End 36ers bring up the century here with this attempt? Al Green gives it back to Pierce. Been a good performance by the West End 36ers tonight. Pierce against, Davis against Dalgleish. The ball just falls into the arms of Al Green. No opposition, and that's 100 points to the West End 36ers, leading by 39. And now the pressure's starting to come. Dalgleish missed Morrissey and gave it to Crawford. Crawford, very quiet player, but the Canberra Cannons win possession back, and Dalgleish just puts it away for 2 points. So 63 Canberra, 100 points the West End 36ers.
So we'll see what happens with this offensive movement. Pierce, outside shot, and Pierce is hot. That's 29 points to Daryl Pierce, and he's certainly showing the selectors, I'll get it out in a minute, confidence with his selection in the Australian national team with his shooting performance tonight, Andrew.
There's been tremendous performance from Daryl Pierce. It's been confidence all the way, and once you've got the confidence, he's always had the ability, but he just needed that confidence, and tonight he has shown it. He's shown it with 29 big points. Al Green, he tries but misses. No one there for rebounds for the West End 36ers.
There's sloppy offence that time. Coach Ken Cole not too happy with that. Not too happy with this effort on defence either. So the 36ers have gone down, thrown up a bad shot, and then not played defence this time down the floor. And it's the discipline that has got the 36ers into this position, and they don't want to whittle that away and just give it away now.
No, there's certainly no need for them to change the way they've been playing all night, as Bill Jones shows what it's all about, as he just pops off another rebound and puts it straight back. Kennedy, good work to retain possession. Oh, lovely work, Jamie Kennedy. That's probably the play of the night so far. Had no control of his feet as they just slid out from under him, got the pass away to Dalgleish, who put it in the basket.
And the Cannons haven't given up. That effort just shows that they're still out there. They're going to do everything they can, and so that even though they may lose this game, they can hold their heads up with pride.
Another foul called against the Cannons, I think on Dalgleish. Bob Turner not very happy with the way things are going at all. He may well have expected a loss here in Adelaide. In fact, almost conceded that in the press on Thursday and Friday. But he wouldn't have expected a drubbing. And at the moment, West End 36ers are leading 104 to 67, and that, my friends, is a drubbing.
And until that last shot, Mark Davis had hit 100% from the foul line. So he's ruined his average with that one, but he takes the 36ers along to 105, leading the Cannons on 67. As Phil Smyth looks to throw the ball inside to Morrissey. Nice turnaround jump shot, and he's done well, Andrew. He's been by far and away the best scorer for the Cannons, and he's hit 17 points.
He scored fairly freely, Tim Morrissey, and I was surprised after the effort that he put in the first half, after not starting in the starting five, that Bob Turner didn't start with him in the second half, because people like McEachin and Crawford have let the Canberra side down tonight, whereas Morrissey has tried all night. He has made crucial baskets, and he's virtually, even though you couldn't say kept them in the game, but he's done his bit and deserved to start in the second half. But it's now Peter Alli at the line, makes the first, so gets an attempt at the second. Peter Alli been a good player for the West End 36ers tonight. In fact, had a lot of court time, Lynn.
Yes, Peter Alli, very good team player. He's not out there hungry for a shot. He's prepared to pass the ball around, assist his teammates, but certainly if the shot's there, he put it into the hole with a very high percentage. Crawford inside spins, block shot by Jones, but it's still the Cannons underneath, and it's that man Morrissey again. Davis, off hands. Morrissey drives all the way. Good effort, Morrissey. Goes all the way. Jones fouls. He'd be disappointed. A bad pass, and then the foul.
That really was good work from Earl Dalgleish then. Jones pulled down the rebound and just sent off the pass to Daryl Pierce, but Dalgleish always thinking, struck out the arm, got a hand to the ball, and of course Canberra regained possession, and now it's Morrissey on the foul line. Makes the basket, so Canberra go to 70, but they're trailing by 170 points. I beg your pardon, they're not trailing by 170 points, they're trailing by 37. I don't want to make it sound worse than it is for people in Canberra, as Morrissey makes the second, and they now trail by 36. Al Green with the ball now for the West End 36ers. 7 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in this game. Lovely pass from Green to Alli, but equally good work from Morrissey as Alli drags him down to the ground, and Canberra win possession. But that was a superb pass.
And a great effort by Alli to get free. Walked his man into the screen and then came off that screen hard in perfect movement, came away free, and then it was a really good effort by the Canberra defence to get across there, get a hand to the ball. The proceedings are held up while the court is cleared, and we see Coach Ken Cole, assistant coach Don Shipway there on the bench. They know they've got this game under control.
Well, I suppose now's the time to win a point from you, Lynn. We were discussing before the game, and I said I've never yet seen Andrew Campbell play a good game in Adelaide, and tonight he couldn't have had more than 5 minutes on the court.
Now, Andrew didn't have a big bearing on this game. Certainly Andrew may look like a beanpole, but I can tell you I have played both with and against Andrew, and I have hit him in the elbow a few times with my nose, and he is a very tough player to play against. He holds the league record for the number of block shots in any game, and currently that runs at 3.5 block shots per game. But Andrew normally does have a big bearing on the game, and I think he's a very good player. Lovely pass from Pierce back to Jones, but misses. Alli attempts the tap in, but Crawford comes down with the rebound. 3-on-1. Canberra should score, but now there's the foul called on Morrissey, and that was tremendous work from Daryl Pierce. Got into position beautifully. He's 1-on-3. You'll see Pierce come into picture standing there, and Morrissey just goes bang straight into him, and Morrissey has the foul called on him. Good work, Daryl Pierce, and he's had a great game. He has. He's done it well at the offensive end. He scored 27 points. Done a good job on defence too. So that knock in the jaw hasn't done anything to dampen Daryl's enthusiasm for this game. Almost gets free on that pick. Turn from Pierce misses. The ball comes out to Morrissey, and Canberra looking to set something up again. They're trailing 74 to 107. Phil Smyth decides to go it alone and misses. In fact, Phil Smyth has hardly scored tonight. Only a handful of points, less than double figures. Missed with that shot. And Smyth walking on ice at the moment with 4 fouls, as is Cottrell for Canberra. Now it's Green to Alli, but a steal by Morrissey.
certainly not giving up young Tim Morrissey as he puts the ball away with an easy basket. And there's no need for the West End 36ers to take it easy now, but you see the pass, it really wasn't a good pass. Morrissey just intercepted the easiest of interceptions and just put it away.
So the lead to the 36ers is only 31, will now be 33. No. Davis underneath strong, misses underneath with the easy shot off the glass. So the Canberra Cannons came into this final quarter with a 33-point deficit. It is now 31 points, and the 36ers would not be happy with the way that they're playing in this last quarter. But Mike Mackay comes in, replacing Peter Alai. And Mike Mackay, Rookie of the Year last year in the NBL. Daryl Pierce comes off the screen, throws up the shot. Crawford with a strong rebound. Here's a fast break, and Smyth lays the ball up to take his team to 78, trailing the 36ers on 107.
Listen, the 36ers have worked very hard all night, and they're just having a bit of a lapse at the moment, Lynn. You know, they've lost the ball a couple of times and let the Canberra side get easy baskets, and there's no need for them. You know, Ken Cole has plenty of benches as Mark Davis goes strongly to the boards, but James Crawford has the foul called on Davis, an amazing 21 rebounds for the match so far tonight. James Crawford and fairly quiet play as Daryl Pierce leads the game to a very, very good ovation from this capacity crowd. Mark Davis in your screen now is set to take the shots. But Daryl Pierce just left the court. Great game from him. Copped a fair bit of physical treatment but still managed to score 29 points. Davis scores with that one. The West End 36ers now 108, leading Canberra 78. A lead of 30 points to the home side. Very hard for teams to win here in Adelaide on the second leg of the trip. Played in Perth, beaten in Perth, Canberra. And now, with only a few minutes to go, look, certainties to get beaten here in Adelaide tonight. Crawford drives, and the foul is called.
Great move, Crawford. Throws the feint to the centre of the court and then spins on the baseline. There he goes, on the baseline. Good help out. You see Davis come across there to help out, but Jones leaning into that player, fouls Crawford, so Crawford gets the opportunity from the foul line.
Keep working now, keep working, all right? Keep moving the ball, cutting hard in the offensive end, all right? Defense, just keep pushing it and matching up, all right? If they get the shot, go to the board, push it out the floor, all right? Let's get some quick buckets. Keep pushing it out.
You got it, James. Back on the tee. Al, when he gets in down low with one of these guards, we can push it in. Like, we'll give you a break in a minute too. Keep pushing on that as hard as you can. Everybody go to the board. It is not garbage time. Do not make it that way. Play our game right out. Get organised from this out of bounds. We know where we are. On the out of bounds, it'll be Al at the top. Raymond and Mikey are the two that are going to break to the wing for the ball. Mark's taking off, Phil's out of bounds here. Let's go.
And so Canberra Cannons coach Bob Turner saying to his players, look, let's get something out of this game. I know we can't win it, but hold your heads up, run the thing properly, try and get some benefit out of this loss. Ken Cole, on the other hand, saying, well, you heard him say, it's not garbage time, and that is quite right. The Sixers can't afford just to be sloppy now. They've got to be disciplined, and they've got to keep pushing that type of play, that disciplined play, right to the final bill.
We can't be too unfair on Canberra. They really have tried all night, but on the night they've come up against a better team. And I'm sure they will learn from it, just as the West End 36ers, even though they look set to win this match, they'll still learn something from it. As it's Al Green now to Bill Jones, to Ray Wood, and almost another steal, this time from Chris Appleby on the court for Canberra. So Bob Turner giving his players some court time. Not a good pass there from Bill Jones, as the interception has taken. A lovely pass from Crawford though, an equally good block. And now Al Green, will he dunk it? Yes, he will. Nearly rips the ring off the board. That's what the crowd here at Apollo love. You see at the steal comes Mike Mackay, easiest of passes. Al Green weighs it up, one, and bang. And now it's Mike Mackay. Mike Mackay decides to go for the shot, but misses. The ball comes down to Dalgleish. And Dalgleish has battled all night for Canberra. He's a hard and rough and tough. Crawford goes for the backward dunk and misses. Would have been great if he made it, but he didn't. but he gets the pass again, goes to Appleby, but Davis, another rebound. Davis, 22 rebounds for the game. Al Green behind him, looks for the pass and draws the foul, this time on Jamie Kennedy, and the West End 36ers will take the ball from the side.
Al Green loves to get on that fast break, that big slam dunk, that's just his scene. 36ers certainly look good when they can grab the defensive rebound and run the ball very quickly into offense.
The home side leading by 31 points as Al Green makes it 32. Good performance from Al Green tonight, one of the best we've seen this year now, really running into his best form. 21 points for the ball game and 22 as he dribbles the second shot in. As David Spear now, Ken Cole makes a change. Al Green leaves the court to a very strong ovation, and David Spear comes into the game. Certainly some milestones in the game for the West End 36ers tonight. If you want to be blatantly parochial, it's Peter Alli's birthday. David Spear got engaged today, and Chris Appleby scores for Canberra, so I suppose he's got a highlight too. That's his first 2 points of the match. As Spear now with the ball for Adelaide, gives it off to Ray Wood, to Davis, turns, spins and draws the foul on Dalgleish. No qualms from Dalgleish there. He knew immediately the foul was on him, put his arm straight up.
Certainly the low post has been a very strong point for the 36ers offensively tonight. Davis, Jones, Green have all gone in there underneath, received the ball in from the forward spot, and they've been able to spin and pretty well score at will. If they haven't scored, the foul's been called and they've gone to the foul line.
Good reserve performance from Davis. He's been on 4 fouls for quite some time now, managed to keep his cool, but misses both foul shots. So Canberra Cannons have possession once again. 2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in this ball game. West End 36ers will win it. Jones lets Crawford go up on his own, doesn't bother going up. No point in drawing an extra foul, as Spear now brings the ball in for the West End 36ers, gives it to Mackay. In turn to Wood, in turn to Spear, in turn to Mackay. Looks like Globetrotter stuff here as Spear decides to go all the way. Almost pulls the foul. West End, the crowd laughing at that. It's probably not the time to be playing games, Lynn. Mind you, it looked pretty good. As the substitution is made for the West End 36ers, Captain Bill Jones leaves the court after an outstanding performance. Ken Cole shakes him by the hand and says, "Thanks very much, pal, you've done your job." Back into the action now, and it's with Ray Wood.
In fairness to the Sixers, that little piece of screen and give and go across the top is mainly there probably to practice sometime in the future where they can run the time clock down, the shot clock, and then get away a good layup right on the final bell.
Spear scores for the West End 36ers, and in return Morrissey scores for Canberra. Ray Wood loses the ball, but Davis comes out with him and says thank you and puts the ball in the basket. So the West End 36ers holding on to that 31-point lead, 117 to 86.
And Dalgleish, foul's been called on Dalgleish for a push. Dalgleish not happy. He's there arguing with referee Eddie Crouch. A lot of experience, Eddie Crouch. He won't be intimidated.
If you have a look at the towel just going back to the Canberra bench, when the call was made, Phil Smyth just picked up his towel and threw it into the centre of the court as if to say, well, we give up. Pass, lovely pass to Spear there, and Spear scores again. So he's having a great day. Got engaged this morning and scored 4 points tonight in what will be a very big win to the West End 36ers. Dalgleish, good pass into Crawford, and bang goes the big dunk from James Crawford. A bit late for him to be playing his best basketball tonight because the ball game is way out of reach for Canberra now. There's not a good pass there to made looking for Mark Davis. The ball flew out of court.
And in the last few minutes we've seen just what a class player Crawford is, and it's a credit to the man with the ball now, Davis, as David Spear makes 2, but it's a credit to Davis and Jones that they were able to contain Crawford for almost the whole 40 minutes of this game.
Yes, you couldn't be foul call there on Ray Wood. Yes, you're dead right there, Lynn. They have done a superb defensive job tonight, the West End 36ers. There's plenty of scoring potential in the Canberra Cannons side, but the West End 36ers has kept that down to 88 points, And in fact, it's only in this quarter that Canberra has got some respectability into its score, but they're a long way behind as Ray Wood decides shot doesn't look good. Knew that immediately as he followed up for a rebound, but it comes out to Crawford. Bob Turner, well, he wouldn't be a happy man tonight as Morrissey again tries to go it alone. Been a good player, Morrissey, draws the foul, and Bob Turner would already be talking about next week, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure he would. He'd be very disappointed with this road trip, losing last night in Perth and then losing again here in Adelaide. Bob Turner would have expected to win last night in Perth, and although he would have been hoping for a win here in Adelaide, he probably wouldn't have been too distraught with a relatively few point loss. But it hasn't been a good weekend for the Cannons as Crawford looking to get in underneath. Hands foul called there on Dwayne Nelson. Strength from Crawford as he goes to the foul line.
So I was just looking at Morrissey make the first of his foul shots. I mean, he scored something like 28 points for the ball game tonight. He has been a very good player. Crawford, the man at the foul line who we expected so much from, well, he just wasn't allowed to produce it tonight. He has been well and truly held by a top defensive effort from the West End 36ers. And I apologise if that sounds biased, but the score is there on the board. The West End 36ers 121 to 91.
And the Cannons extending their defence right up the floor. The young David Spear rises to the occasion without any problem, brings the ball down. Ray Wood with a three-pointer. Lovely shot. That takes the 36ers to 124.
Lovely shot from Ray Wood as the time clock ticks away. 10 seconds to go as the steal is made. Mike Mackay, he has 4 players he could have given it to. As the crowd count down the clock, and there's the ball game. It's all over. No, it's not. Ray Wood has still got the ball. There's only, in fact, a second to go. Davis puts the ball up and misses. But the West End 36 is the easiest of winners, 124. A big winner over the Canberra Cannons, 91.